We're going to duplicate that opening. So we're going to do the move tool. We're going to do a duplicate. Go down here and let's make sure I get the right selection tool, the whole tool up there, one just to the left of the object. Click on it. Let's go -7 or command minus to get back to the front elevation. Click a point on the opening. Come over here, slide over, get it where you want to, and click. Okay. All right. Now what we've got to do is we've got to do a window. Click on the window. So we're going to just deselect. First thing we'll do is we're going to generate the glass plane. All right. So we're going to get the derive tool and get the extrusion. We're going to go down here, tool options, perpendicular to surface, and we want 0.25 inches. We'll click it on the blue, although we know it's not going to do it for us, right? See? And get our paint bucket and paint that blue. Now I like to go one level more. I know we've already isolated the walls, but I like to isolate the window itself. So I'm going to select the window, and do Command-Shift-I. Go up to the Derive tools, go down to the 3D wall. We're going to do 1.5 thickness and height, 1.5, 1.5, enter. Come down here again, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to change that to white. So we get a bucket, make that white. Now we got the intermediate mullion, which is, and we'll do it center. We don't want to insert, okay? We want center. We want 1.5, and we want 1. So deselect dynamic and punch in 1.5 inches for the height. Make it all the same. So now come over here onto the glass and slide over slowly to the midpoint, actually, and you'll see that there's a midpoint there. So we'll just come over and draw to that point. Okay, now I'm happy with that window as is. So what we'll do is we'll just select it all, and he's got a sill, a concrete sill here, so we need to go back to the model. Command-Shift-R, and we need to come down in here and put a sill on there. So let's get our rectangle drawing tool and make it a solid, and click down here somewhere and come over and up to the other corner, and you have it. Now what we need to do is select that sill and windows and the mullions and all of that, and then we need to rotate out a little ways so we can kind of see a point. And let's get our move tool, and we do want to make a copy, and we want to come down on the corner of the wall where the opening is and click, and then zoom out, and then zoom back in on the other window. Oops, it appears that I've got some other objects with me, and what that tells me, I'm going to do fit. What that tells me is, I'm going to do undo, is that I had pick crossing selected. So we're going to go down, I'm going to go back up here. Yep, pick crossing. Solid, no pick crossing. Okay, I'm going to just deselect somewhere. I'm going to come back up, drag across the window and the glass and the mullions, and then I'm going to come back down in with my move tool, make sure I've got a duplicate, come down on the wall, bingo. We'll zoom out, zoom back. Oh, come on here, be nice to me. You don't have to be in too close because the computer, Form Z is going to say, okay, I see you want to have that corner, which is the similar corner. So now you've done, let's go back to Command minus to the front elevation, and let's go up here and do this sliding glass door now. Exact same process. So, oh, well, I don't know that it's a sliding glass door. It looks like two solid doors. What we're going to do again is go get our derive tool, get the extrusion tool. It's still set at perpendicular surface, but it's 1.5 inches. We want to do 0.25. Come down. 0.25. Okay, I must have something selected somewhere. Derive. Okay, 0.25. Of course, now it's not blue. Get the paint bucket, make it blue. I'm going to select it. I'm going to make it isolated. We're going to go to the derive tool in the 3D. 1.5 inches. We want to do left 1.5 inches and change the quarter to 1.5 inches and enter. Come down here on the surface and click on it. Go back up, get white paint bucket, paint it. Okay. Now he's got the door is a solid door, so it's probably wood doors or something like that. So it would make sense for us to change the color of not make it glass, because we want to have all the glass on a single layer. You'll understand later. So I'm going to get the paint bucket and I don't know. Probably he's going to do something nondescript, so I'm just going to get this gray color up here, and I'm going to go down and make those doors gray. Now, we've got it as one solid plane, and it's two. So what we can do is we can come in and draw a line, any old line, make a 2D, okay, and it doesn't make any difference where it is, okay, but centered. So we want to, I could be up here, down here, down here. It doesn't make any difference where. I'm just going to draw a line, and I'm going to draw a vertical line. So I'm going to go down past my door, and where the green line is, I'm going to snap it. Okay, so now I got a line floating in midair. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here where we have been doing these subtraction things, and in the palette down on the second row there's a cleaver, and that's exactly what that does. So you pick the object that you want to cleave and the line of the cleave. The system was unable to compare these intersections and operation possible non-planar surfaces. I don't like that. So I'm going to now just simply get rid of the line. I don't need the line anymore. I'm going to deselect it. And for whatever reason, it said it couldn't do it. Doesn't make any sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate the door. I'm going to select the door first and then isolate it. And I'm simply going to, because what I want to do is I want to have a line, I want to see the line in the model when it's time for us to render this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and get around. It's kind of skinny, but get that surface. And then I'm going to push it back to where the center point is. If I get away from it far enough to see approximately where that is. Come on, you're not going to let me do this? There's the center. Bingo. That's the center. Okay. Now the whole reason for this exercise is because we're gonna bevel that little corner, so in the final rendering it's going to show properly. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go up here and get the line selection tool, and I'm going to click the line of the door. Actually, it's the glass plane, but it's close enough for what we're doing. And then we're going to go over to this tool here, which is a bevel tool in the derive palette. And go over here to the bevel tools. We want to bevel 1/4 inch is fine. And then we simply click, and we get that shape. And don't worry about the, it's only 1/4 inch. Then what we want to do is we want to select the whole door. We want to mirror. We want to make sure we're in the ground plane, and come in here and click that corner and go out to the green line. Make sure I'm on the corner. Bingo. Go out to the green line. Okay, and that's all we really need to do for that. So now just Command Shift R to return to the model, and it looks like there's one more little window on the end wall out here. Okay, so that is Command 8, I think. Yes, Command 8. Oh, great, little dinky window up there. You know how to do this. So I'm not going to bore you with listening to me talk. Okay, now I have the wrong tool there, so I'm just going to hit Option. Go look at your tool options. You can see you can toggle through to get the solid, which is what I want. Okay. And the height, I see it's 1.5 inches, and I only want those to be 1 inch. Okay, and then hit Enter. So that's what we want. Okay. All right. Save the model. Okay, so let's get out, fit, Command F. It's time to pick a view. So I'm just gonna, I know that I want to be out here somewhere. Come on, rotate around for me, thank you. And let's just zoom out a little bit. We're gonna want